Hi, I'm Taylor. I'm 12 years old and I'm part of the Sunflower Room. And where is the Sunflower Room? It's a really good question, right? Well, a sunflower is a representation for hidden disabilities. That's such a big word. It's where I thought too, but disability simply means special, and our group is the best kind of special there is. It all started one afternoon in school. I was grabbing my bag and about to leave with my friends when I heard someone call my name. That someone was Jamie. "You are in the Sunflower Room," he said. I couldn't believe it, so I said it must be a mistake. He showed me a piece of paper, and right there was my name, Taylor Kelly. It was impossible. That was possibly the worst day ever. I could hear my friends laugh behind me, and I felt so ashamed. We always saw the Sunflower Room as the weirdos, an excuse to help them because they had some issues, but I didn't have any. Yes, of course I didn't have amazing grades, and there were some things I couldn't do, but that meant nothing. I told my teacher that it was a mistake, and it was perfectly fine and I didn't need any help with my homework or whatever it is they did in that room. He said it was not a mistake, that they thought a nice person like me would make a great fit in the team and that I would have a good chance at making more friends. But I don't want this friend. I'm fine as I am. I'm happy and there's nothing wrong with me. Of course there's nothing wrong with you, Taylor. Just come to class and see with your own eyes. It's actually very fun, he said. So that's how my story began. I had to go, and so I did. First times are never easy, and my first time meeting with sunflowers, as we call each other, was not easy at all. I sat there and felt so out of place. I had never had a full conversation with any of them. Jamie and Olivia sat next to me. I didn't feel like talking to them at the beginning, but the teacher, Mrs. Turner, said that we had to introduce ourselves, and I felt even more out of place. I didn't have any problem. I wasn't deaf like Jeanette, nor did I have autism like Ben or dyslexia like Kayla. Jamie said he had ADHD, which I was pretty sure I didn't have either, nor stutter like Alex or Down syndrome like Olivia. I wasn't like anyone else there. I was just a little behind my classmates, but I didn't deserve this. I could tell they were nice and welcoming, that's true, and they tried to include me in every activity as if we were friends. But this class full of sunflowers wasn't for me. One day, I was on a break after art class with my friends Mary and Sam. I could feel their looks, as if they had something to say. I got anxious, and I knew I had to say something. So I said, this must be something temporary. They just want to help me out. They looked at each other, and I felt so embarrassed. "Taylor, you can go, It might be good for something. Good for me," they said. God, I could feel them judging, them trying to be nice, but no. I said to them, it was not as bad, The rest of the day was normal, kind of. I couldn't understand why they were being so distant. Perhaps it was just me. I don't really know why, but our next meetings were much better. I always sat next to Jamie and Olivia now. We talked a lot. Mrs. Turner was so happy teaching us, I was almost excited for the rest of the course. I liked the activities. Some of them were individual and some weren't, but they were fun. Yes, they were fun. And the best part? I spoke. Me. I participated in almost every activity because, well, I don't know. I was doing a good job and everyone just looked at me like they wanted to hear me out. And I wanted to hear them out too. Oh, they were so fun. Ben is one of the funniest people I know, and Jeanette, even though I'm slowly learning how to communicate with her and I need help from the others, is so much like me. She likes the same books I read, and she even gave me some recommendations. I felt like it was maybe too soon for me to feel like a sunflower, but I realized that maybe I wasn't too far away from them, step by step. After the class, I began to have questions, so at home I told my mom I wanted to understand what all these meant to me. We went to the doctor and I discovered the word autism. Apparently, it is different in girls than in boys, and that is why no one had ever said anything to me before. The doctor explained very interesting things that helped me understand aspects of my life, like why I get so insecure, or why I don't like it when my mom changes things in my room, or why I'm a very picky eater. It all makes sense now and I'm very happy that it does. A week later, I was walking to the Sunflower Room with Jamie when I saw Mary and Sam at the door. My heart skipped a beat. I asked them what they were doing there. They just said they wanted to see what their room was like. I felt so much shame. They were laughing at me. I could feel it. Jamie and I entered the class and I sat down. They did too. The class went on and Mary and Sam just became part of the group. It was very unexpected how fast they became friends with everyone. When it was time to go, they came to me and told me they loved me and wanted to be in this with me. We're friends after all, and we need to support each other. I was so happy I cried a little. We hugged and I swear I have never felt so relieved. Now, looking back at our first meeting, I cannot imagine how much life has changed. I was so stressed, sad and ashamed back then. I don't want to feel like that ever again. And I'm sure I won't, because I know myself better than ever before. I have new friends. We have a beautiful group with Mary and Sam. My parents are proud of me and they understand me. I didn't feel like they truly did before. In my grades, I worked so hard for them. But I had always worked hard. The difference is that now I know how to work. I'm aware of my needs, and I understand that I am and I can be special. It's not that bad. It just is. Now I wear my sunflower with pride.